Now we will open the questions for in this forest. So do you have any questions about mixed method? Okay, let's start อาจารย์กุญชร
Yeah, let's.
Thank you.
Sir, in case of I would like to collect the data from, for example, 250 quantitative data, and then I would like to interview such as 25. How I choose 25? Maybe from 250 or some other.
Well, it depends on which mixed methods design you have. If you are doing are you starting quantitatively and then moving to qualitative, explanatory sequential design?
Explanatory design. Sir.
Explanatory.
Yeah.
So you draw your qualitative sample from the people that were in the pool for the quantitative questionnaire. So they're a subset of that because your idea in that design is you're starting quantitatively and you want to explain the findings in more detail.
Yes, sir.
So you draw people that filled out the questionnaire, a small number, 20 or so, for your qualitative follow-up. Yeah. So they are a part of your original sample. Yeah. That would be a good design.
Yeah.
Good design to use.
Thank you.
Good question. Good question. And as I said, that's a very popular design that's being used, especially people that are beginning mixed methods researchers and doing their first mixed method study, because you have two clear phases, a quantitative phase and a qualitative phase, where one phase builds on the other phase. Yeah. Do you want to say anything?
Okay, who is the next question, please?
Any question is okay.
Any questions?
May I have the first question to John? So actually, most of the case that we have some kind of the new project, sometimes we face obstacle, especially like a time constraint, limited budgeting. So in this case, what is your suggestion to us whether how can we run the mixed method research with this kind of the constraint?
So how can you run mixed methods research when? Under what circumstances?
With the constraint such as budget limited and also the time constraint. Because everything that, I believe that everything is no free lunch. If we try to get the more concrete research result, but also we have this kind of obstacle, how can we run through it?
You have a tie, okay, I need a little bit more explanation. You have a tie-up in circles?
The time constraint, such as the quite tight, limited timing.
Time limited,
Yeah.
The
And
time
also
limited
the budget
question.
limited, right?
Yeah. I think if there's time limited issues, I would recommend more of a convergent design, where you can go out and gather both forms of data at one time. When you think about explanatory sequential, there's two time frames. In exploratory design, there's probably three time frames: explore, design, quantitative test. A lot of the medical people I work with use a convergent design because the doctors have limited time, and when they go out in the field, if they can gather both sets of data at the same time, they're done with their data collection. So convergent design. But really, time is important, but the more important question is, what do you hope to learn from gathering both forms of data? What do you hope to learn? Do you want to modify a quantitative instrument? Do you want to do a questionnaire and then dig deeper to find out qualitatively what people believe in? What is the intent? So time is an important factor. And mixed methods takes a lot of time because you're gathering both forms of data. Especially Mariko's project, she had 4 types of quantitative data and well, at least 3 types of qualitative data. She had a lot of data collection for one person.
So that will be my second question to in this case. About the TEA, in case of the hikikomori symptom, so how can you realize the child or mother that they will face this kind of the symptom in the family? Realize the symptom, hikikomori symptom in child or the mother issue.
Using
Timing question?
what timing question? I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I will repeat again.
Yes, please.
In case of TEA,
Yeah.
that you mentioned about the hikikomori symptom, right? So what do you know or how can you get the participant that realize
the
the child or mother that have this kind of the symptom?
So how to get
Recruitment question.
recruitment question? Because we are collaborated the 3 institutions. And the 4 branch ASD support center, the therapist correct to the participant, oh, this is good for the attend to the program. So their recommendation give the recommendation, why don't you come to the program? And they are coming to. So not us, but we are collaborate. So they are the.
So that means the family come to the government agency, right?
Yes.
All right.
They decide they need, the mothers and these families decide they need help. And they hear about this program where they can get some training to think about how to address the problems of their adult ASD children. And so the health centers recommend participants. Does the city of Kobe recommend participants?
Because if you open to the opening, so many people coming to the very difficult to organize. So that a participant is selected, recruiting the ASD 4 branches therapist. And then they also all continue to the personally assistant or the support consultation after the program. That is a good community program. That will continue to the not only program participate, but also to the one-to-one consultation at the 4 branches continue after the program. Family support is very important in Kobe City.
The EFP was to have these mothers and families go to the support center for help. And that was the end goal that this program wanted to achieve.
Okay.
Very good questions.
Yeah. The next one is how can you decide the total participants? You get it all, or you just only recruiting someone in order to have an interview or study?
How did you come up with a total number of people in your program?
Interview? Or at the program? Huh? Oh, the participants need to be the small group because over 10 is very difficult. One main trainer and I all learn about the master grade or the doctoral student we together. So that the small group 2 times a year, that is the 20 a year, it conduct to the program.
Okay, the last one for me. So the final chart that you show, the final chart, that drawing from the beginning until the finishing state, right? So I believe that from the beginning that you getting to this kind of the project, so you cannot imagine what is coming next. And how can you make this kind of the final project in this final result? You get one by one, step by step, and try to finding out more concrete idea or the research design. Is that right?
Yeah, she developed the trajectories one by one for each one of these mothers, and they developed over time. Mariko, each mother participated in the program 4 sessions, And it was over 1 year that you were watching them?
So we are recruited to the interview for the mother. So that the first session we have, and after the first session program, the ask to the why don't you have the interview? So I asked.
So she put together this picture of these 6 mothers at the end of their training, really. But it was she was developing it
Yeah.
as the program went ahead. Yeah, very good. Very good questions.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next question, please.
There's maybe a question over
Okay,
here. wasn't
and no more for the last questions.
So thank you for the good presentation and very interesting one. But actually, I'm teaching in the engineering department, but my research field is quite different from this one. So maybe I understand it wrong. But I would like to know that how you select the sample, because you collect like so many data from like qualitative and quantitative data. So I imagine that if you select the sample from different one, you might get the different output that you didn't want or something. So how do you select the sample that you want to collect the data?
Yeah, thank you. Now, what is your field again?
Engineering.
Engineer. So selecting the participants. Did you select? Yeah. Did you select just certain mothers with certain characteristics? Or?
No. Just I asked can you help to the research to voluntarily to ask the mother, and some mother is okay, I will. So that is voluntary interview. So that important is 5 session finish. So some mother is cannot come all entire session, but I need to the 5 session, and then what happened on, because I want to know what happened and what behavior change in home. Because we saw that the effective in session or the paperwork, but I don't know what behavior changes in home. So I want to clearly know that is what did they do at home with children. So that is the question for me. So yes, I will. That is the voluntary interviewee the support us to the interview.
Well, first of all, having an adult child with social withdrawal, hikikomori, is a very stigmatizing situation. Families are very embarrassed to come forward, to talk about the problems that they have at home. As in a lot of educational research, we have to deal with studying people that volunteer to come, rather than a random sample. And it is true, in her sample of people that came, she could have individuals that had a very different trajectory than this. But she would draw out what that trajectory would be.
So actually, I don't know. So they want to talk about how to get this consultation, because just I want to know what behavior change in home. Just the question. One question is mostly I wanted research question, but how difficult to the children or to, so their story, own story, talk about this is I'm not expected this entirely the old data coming to the how to get the consultation in a support center, but very important for the mother to how difficult to in Japan culturally, society and personally difficulty, they all talk about 6. That is very amazing for me to another option data coming, and then I can draw this diagram.
So it is possible you would get some people that volunteer. They have a very different trajectory than what you have here, but you would then draw what their trajectory is.
So you mean like most of the sample is the volunteer that they know about the research already, so they volunteer to respond your question, right?
Yes.
Okay. And another one is quite interesting for me because when do you know that you need to use the TEA approach in the research? Because, you know, we have like many research and maybe we can use different way. Maybe we use mixed or not mixed method. But TEA is quite difficult for me because, you know, you have like so many trajectory to get this, the same output. So when do we know that we need to use this one?
Thank you. That's a very good question. So because this program is the ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis. I'm a behaviorist. So I need to focus on behavior. So I want to change to the behavior changes for the mother. So the qualitative research, many grounded theory, or many, I try to the another approach. But the behavior changes focus on the what happened at the promoting or the inhibition. It's just, this is good for the T for me, the new, but behavior changes process is clearly to show like the diagram. So I chose this T.
Thank you.
There are many qualitative approaches could be used. Ethnography, I wrote about them in my book, ethnography, grounded theory, phenomenology, case study, and TEA. When do you use TEA? If you're a behavioral psychologist, number one, you want to look at the behavior of people over time. And this is a good design, qualitative approach to use if you want to study how behavior changes over time, a longitudinal perspective. And so that's why, as a behavioral scientist, Mariko chose TEA. It was a good fit for her background in studying how people change over time. So if you want to study how teachers change over time, or students, or administrators in a school change over time, you might think about this approach.
Thank you.
Can we take one more?
Okay, one more. It's okay.
Okay.
So regarding what John just said,
Yeah.
actually the human being always change.
Yeah.
So how can you realize that that change is come from your, how can they say?
Program.
Yeah,
From the program
Yeah.
and the training sessions.
yeah. So actually environment, family, everything that can cause the change, right?
So how can you demonstrate that the change comes from your program?
That's a big question. So the qualitative data show that, yes, that the content is very effective for me to the behavior changes at home. All mothers said, but this is only the qualitative data. It's a little bit soft data. So I want to more focus on the quantitative contents using to the comparing group and experimental group, control group experiment. So that needs to the phase 4 to the clearly the content is good for the mother to the changes. So, and so someone the defending dissertation, the people say to the, oh, just gathering to the complain about the children or the difficulty the children. Just self-group is good for the changing behavior. They think, so why different to the only just gathering the effective? But the phase 4 clearly to the control group waiting list. And then the program is very important, the behavior changing. So that means only just the qualitative data, but also need the quantitative data of the statistics that need to explain. Thank you.
Thank you.
So gathering both forms of data, you can have a better assessment of that question. Did the program change behavior, or were people just changing because human beings change behavior? So she gained multiple measures of assessments of how that behavior changed. Okay, thank you. Well,
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you for every questions, and a big thank to our speakers for addressing these questions. As we conclude these ceremonies, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to everyone who makes the workshops a success, our speakers, organizers, and our wonderful participants. On behalf of พระนครศรีอยุธยาราชภัฏ University, I would like to appreciate Dr. John Creswell and Dr. Mariko Hirose Creswell for the insightful workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our speakers again. For the lunchtime, the lunch area is on the first floor in this building, in the classrooms. Okay, until we meet again, thank you for your kind attention. Have a wonderful day. สวัสดีค่ะ